Supreme Court heard arguments on whether Louisiana's new congressional map is constitutional. As Sabrina Wilson reports, the justices may be divided on upholding the map.
Inside the highest court in the land, Supreme Court justices took up Louisiana's new congressional map, which added a second majority black congressional district. The newly configured 6th congressional district goes from Baton Rouge to Shreveport.
Well, if anyone thinks that the congressional maps around the country are gerrymandered, you'd be correct. That's what every legislature does, often for partisan political reasons.
Louisiana's Solicitor General defended the map, saying the state didn't want a federal court to draw it and that the GOP-dominated legislature wanted to protect high-profile Louisiana Republicans in Congress.
And so we took matters into our own hands and said we're going to protect our most high-profile incumbents, draw our own map that ensures that Speaker Johnson and Representative Letlow remain in Congress.
Louisiana native Justice Amy Coney Barrett, who grew up in Metairie, raised questions.
If you had continued to litigate in Robinson, you risked having the court-imposed map. And so it's really your litigation risk that's part of the calculus here?
That's one risk, Your Honor.
Still, some other conservative justices seem to have issues with Louisiana's argument.
And you think the drawing of this district was not predominantly based on race?
I
mean, it runs from one side of the state, angling up to the other, picking up black populations as it goes along.
First of all, Senator Womack, in his presentation, he's the sponsor of the bill, said there is just not enough black voter population in southeast Louisiana, and he says that is why the district is drawn up to Shreveport.
Tulane professor Dr. Brandon Davis, whose research has focused on American politics, law, and society, doesn't think the Supreme Court will throw out Louisiana's second black majority district, now represented by Democrat Cleo Fields.
I don't think that's going to be the case because this case is based off of ruling that the Supreme Court had in Allen versus Milligan in Alabama, which required Alabama to do the exact same thing that Louisiana did, was draw an extra majority minority district.
Fox 8 political analyst Mike Sherman says,
This is going to be very difficult for anyone to overturn in court.
Governor Landry is in Washington.
And I know that Louisiana spent unnecessarily millions and millions of dollars on legal fees on these cases. And what we need from the Supreme Court is a good, clear guideline on how we draw our congressional districts.
It's how the state allocates its congressional delegation, and how it does that can affect how many Democrats or Republicans you get.
Democratic Congressman Troy Cotter released a statement minutes ago. He says 2 separate courts ruled Louisiana must have 2 majority-minority districts. He says this map honors those rulings. The Supreme Court ordered the new map to be used in the 2024 congressional election. It is expected to rule as early as late June in this case.